Welcome guys to a new episode on my YouTube channel. You see, I have disassembled a new HP2. It's not really a new one, it's my race HP2. And why I disassembled the bike, I will show you now. You have heard the noise that this bike is producing. I explain you how it happened. As it appears, I don't have on video, but I was driving on a field with grass, nothing really special, around 120-140 kilometers per hour, and was twisting the throttle to accelerate, and then suddenly I heard a noise where I was like, oh no, what is happening now? So I stopped immediately the engine because I pulled the clutch, stopped the engine, stopped the bike, and then I like, fuck, let's start it again, because maybe it was just only in my brain, the sound. And no, it didn't go away. After the second try also, I pulled the clutch just to see, is the clutch operating? Okay, the clutch is operating, that's strange. But first thought for me was, oh no, a valve dropped, because the sound was, I would say, the same that it was producing, but it was starting without problems like the engine like yesterday or in the morning before. So I was investigating on the field what could be the problem, and my conclusion was, okay, it needs to be something between the engine and the gearbox. It needs to be the clutch. Something is wrong with the assembly, but the clutch is operating, so it's strange. And my first thought was really that something is wrong with the gearbox after the wolf trap theory. And the next thing was, okay, it must be something with the clutch assembly that is between the gearbox and the engine. So the first thing was, I opened the hole here to pull out the electrical starter. I will show you what's the sound when I put it out. So I have now taken off the electro starter for the engine, and if you hear here now, when I move the clutch, it makes this sound that I think is the root cause of the rattling that I have shown you before. So maybe something come loose, or I have a main bearing or something like that destroyed. But normally this is not happening from one second to the other one. That's what I know, but we will see more if I disassemble the whole bike. So yeah, that's not good. That's a winter job in real and not a summer job. So I would try my best to do it as fast as possible. Put off the frame, the gearbox, everything is out now. And during this procedure I was playing with the clutch and everything. At this point I was not thinking to film. Sorry for that, guys. I wanted to film my investigation and my thoughts, but suddenly my father came in and yeah, I forgot about it. But here is the holding bracket for the clutch. Here is the clutch. The clutch assembly is looking quite okay for me, because you see some heat stress here, just a little bit of the color, but this is nothing I would worry about or anything. This assembly is not really old. from the kilometers, it's not really old, but from the kilometer that I would drive with it, these were really stress kilometers, and but for this, it's a really good, in a really good shape. So, what I have discovered was this thing got loose. Why it got loose? I have no clue, because at that point I was not doing the maintenance of my bikes by my own. It was my mechanic, and he was doing all my bikes till now, because I was working most of the time aboard, and I didn't have time on the weekends because family and so on needs also some time. But these screws that were here were all completely loose, so this assembly was moving like that and also like that, and the pin that most of you maybe know is gone. So you see it's completely gone, and then it started, I think, to play, and this is why the sound happened. Why these screws got loose, I have completely no clue. It can be that it was not talking to the spec, or it was just because the paint that was here on this part got somehow hot, and then the screws got loose, but I don't think so. I think the screws were not talking to the right spec, and this is why this happened over the time, because there is also no glue. I'm not sure, I would need to check again, because I have done this job on the baboon, and I'm sure I have put some Loctite on, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I need to buy new screws, a new plate, and this plate. I'm lucky that I have some clutches at home, and I have here almost new assembly that is also straight and has the pin that is in correct, and this is also the old one from this bike. So I will put this one on. I will not buy a new one from this, just only the screws and the plate that is going on, because the screws and the plate needs to be replaced every time when you do a clutch assembly change. So that's what happened to this bike. I really cannot say what's the root cause. It's only from my thinking what could be the reason. Was it really because it was not talking to the spec, or was it because I was riding too hard? I have no clue. I will also not really investigate in this more, because it's only the job to put it together and buy the parts, and that's it. So I'm lucky that nothing worse happened, because you can imagine when the screws got loose and this would fly out or go out of control, this could be even worse. But I think before that I would have a really bad noise, and if I would drive further I would be really stupid. So yeah, wanted to show you that not every time everything is perfect when you do something off-road, or you do, or let someone do a job. I don't want to blame anyone or to blame my mechanic or something. Yeah, it's just, I can say, shit happens. Maybe it would happen anyway, or it's just bad luck. Yeah. So I will buy the parts, put the bike together, and then we will see the bike again in action. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the videos till now. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed, please like, and if you enjoy my YouTube channel, please subscribe. This motivates me. I'm really happy about every view that you put on my channel, and I want to show you all my good and bad things that I have and what I experience during my journeys, for example. So keep me posted, put some comments on what you think. Have you, would you think from the sound and the beginning of the video that it's such a stupid thing, or would you think in the video there is something really bad happening in the engine? Please comment and say what you think. Goodbye.